Hi, this is AstroCat here with a video that will showcase a bit of how to play the thief controlled druid, as I call it. Here we are facing a Shaman, and for the mulligan, Greedy Partner is obviously really good. Grifta is great, Fan of Nice is pretty good too, especially against aggro, which this might be. But ideally we have a few more playable minions from the start. But it's okay to keep Fan on Ice as well. I get Sandbox Scoundrel, which is alright, and Petty Theft, which is also okay. It's a 2-drop that enables our Greedy Partner, so that's always nice. So when it comes to Shaman, I'm not really sure what Shamans are in the meta right now, but they tend to play a lot of minions and want board control. Which shouldn't be the worst matchup for our deck. So he AFKs for turn 1, classic turn 1. And on our turn we can choose to either pass the turn or play the Greedy Partner with the coin. So he plays the Tiny Fin guy. Okay, that tells me that he likes to play a lot of minions. He now has the Gigantic guy as well in his hand, to keep in mind for later on. We can obviously use our weapon here too, but I like to get my minions out of my hand if I can. If it's not something extremely important to remove. In this case, playing the audio amplifier looks like the perfect play here. We don't really care about his 1/1s, he can remove our minions, that's fine. Plays Gorgon's Ormu. Very strong card. I also have it in the deck, but he plays it first, which is, so he's a bit favored here. I end up getting a Whirlwind from the Spell Finding card, which is a perfect, ends up being a perfect find here. And then for turn 4 we have Grifta, looking really nice. Turn 5 we have Sandbox Scoundrel plus something else. So I'm feeling pretty good at this point. He plays a chart, one of the things that spawns pirates at the start of the turn. Not the end of the world, we still play Grifta. And we usually hope to get heal here, but I choose to pick that taunt. We can play the taunt here to protect our guys against his pirates and get a bit of a stronger board. He does end up getting a copy of our 1-mana spell, but his is basically the same, but his taunt minion can't attack when he summons it. But I have decent cards on my hand, I'm not too scared. He does play the Demon Hunter Taurus, which is a really strong card if you have board control. And he buffs it up as well. Let's see what he gets here. Bunch of normal minions. This is fine, I can remove his 4/5. We can play the Sandbox Scoundrel here too. And there were some other plays here with a stick up that could be really good as well, but getting the Scoundrel out is always nice. So we have the 1/1 in hand for our Reno Jackson later on. And obviously we still have a board that we can use to clear the stuff with. So we get the Rustrot Viper on our hand. I think it's pretty useless against Shaman, so we'll probably trade that away as soon as we can. This is Titan on turn 6. That's a really strong hand. So here we have, I guess we have Stick Up for the next turn. We do end up getting Flick Skyshift. It's very strong here. It's tempting to save it for something later on, like his big 8/8s or whatever, but sometimes you just gotta play these away. So more minions, more minions. So he could have one of those evolve cards in his hand that upgrades his minion to higher cost minions. It's, you know, we still have Reno on, we can play Reno on turn 8, so we're not too scared. If he does that next turn, we'll just counter Reno. So we're still feeling really good here. We get Shell Game, and we get a few cards. They're not great. They're not brilliant cards. But I mean, we don't have to play anything special here. We'll just bait him into overcommitting to the board. We get a few interesting choices here. Mixtape is pretty good. Demon Hunter Tourist, that's a good 3-drop. I mean, we don't have a board to play it with, because you want a strong board and then play it. But you can always... There will come a point in the game where that'll be useful, especially if we end up playing tests and resummon a bunch of dudes. So he plays the Evolve card. Gets a pretty crazy board. But this is where we shine. This is turn 8 Reno.
It's against me.
And we get Marin for the next turn. That's really good. We were sitting on like not really any good cards in hand, but Marin just gives us a lot of good cards alone. Okay, so he does basically nothing. And this, I mean, this is where we can start putting up the tempo if we want. Marin is the good player. You almost always want to play Marin. Whenever you have him and you have enough mana, he's almost always a good play. And the Wondrous Wand is almost always the best pick as well. Especially in this situation, it is 100%. I throw away some spells here, but we're gonna fill our hand the next turn, so might as well. So you get more of these pirates that he wants to turn into expensive minions, which I guess he's doing now. There's the second wave of nostalgia. And he has the locations too. I mean, he's thinking he doesn't have Reno anymore. And I mean, he's right. This is more difficult to remove, but we still have a decent board of our own. Because he evolved our guys into some decent minions too. And now we have the first round to attack, so I don't mind this at all. We also have the Demon Hunter Taurus, which will absolutely be devastating. And his evolve thing gave him a really good 4/8 there. But it's not gonna win the game for him. So Dirty Rat is nice too. One-hit wonder is also really nice. As long as he doesn't hit tourists with the remove thing. That's good. He gets another guy. And we get one more guy. So we can quite easily remove stuff here. We can play Dirty Rat for free if we want. We can play the secret guy. We can bounce the Demon Hunter Taurus if we want. Yeah, I mean, that's just ridiculous when you get resummoned 7 minutes.
Mysterious Orb, what is your wisdom?
If you're a good player, you'll play Dirty Rat straight away, but I'm not a great player, so I played at the end of the turn. But I feel like whatever he gets, it's not gonna, you know, make a huge difference. So he hexes our guy, that's fine. I mean, we can resummon him with test later. Oh, he finally plays the delicious cheese. I forgot about that. His big dude gets put back in his hand. Okay, so he has Sarah and the mini robot guy, which are, I guess, big targets. But I mean, we still have the one-hit wonder there. The one-hit wonder, he killed the minion and he's still alive. What a legend. Yeah, so we can play a lot of stuff here if we want. So we don't have tests yet, and we haven't played that many cards from other classes, but it's fine. I feel like he played his two big weapons in the Evolve Nostalgia thing, and didn't do too much for him, while we still have our big weapons left, so feeling pretty good. I guess Overlord is the best pick here, but I end up going for the one-man band.
Fast here.
Get some more damage.
Ask again later.
I usually like to pick the one-man band panda guy if given the option, because we do end up playing like minions from a lot of different types through our card steals. So he ends up getting pretty, we get to 6 or 7 quite easily on his minion counter. Plus he gives us lifesteal many times.
Find another snack.
I mean, I think the Yogg in a box I'll just not play it because you never know what that does, even though it's a fun card. The Paladin aura buff thing it's good. It's slow, I guess, but it gets recast when you play Tess, which is pretty strong. But our hand is a bit awkward here. We can play 1 card per turn, which is not really what we usually want to do. We can bounce someone as well, but kind of want to save it for something more interesting. We get the ETZ band manager here. We can play him and get like the board clear Amelia card that I run there. We don't have to, since we can already clear our board. And we can play the one-man band, I think, if his counter is somewhat high. Or we can just get some pirates and elementals. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter what we play here, honestly. Like, we're in a good position. We have the board. He played his 2 big cards. He played his Titan. What else does he have? We have a lot more fuel in the tank than he does. Right, he has his Sarah card. Forgot about that. But that's fine. He killed his minions too with it. Thing is, with a lot of these decks that seek to just they run a lot of card draw, and what happens when they face a deck without card draw is that they will reach fatigue a lot sooner than we do. They will run out of cards a lot sooner because they're draw cards. They just draw. They don't do much else. So they're like dead cards when it comes to value. Whereas other cards, they generate new cards and they give value. So we will always win the value game against pretty much all the decks. Here we get Will of the Deceiver. It's nice. It's a good, nice tempo swing. We end up getting, 3 pretty good options. The Dragon Lifesteal guy is always nice because you can play him for 0 mana, since the costs get reduced by 3. So that's what I end up going for. Get a Rush guy. none of those, by the way, when you discover cards like that, none of them are really, none of them are from other classes, so they don't get resummoned. So here I'm running out of time. I should pick the Eulogizer, but I sort of panicked and just picked the other one. But we're still in a good position. I guess the Ziliax could be an issue here, but he doesn't have ways to resummon it, so it's just one Ziliax. That's a pretty crazy move he just made. That's a good minion to transform into. Clear my whole board here, but he also has some decent cards in hand, so we don't care too much about that. So here's thinking, oh, should I evolve the dude before he hits, before he dies? To be fair, that's pretty good value. But yeah, here. So now our one-man band has 6 buffs on him, which is a good opportunity to play him. We can also play the Dragon Rush thing, play the Hero Power. That's what we get. We get a card. So whatever we play here is fine. I mean, we have so much more value than he has. He has his 2 location things that upgrades his minions, but still just, you know, still just a 1 minion per activation. We also have the aura that will summon a 6-mana guy, so we don't want to fill our board completely. So we play that guy. He does not get rushed, but he gets some other pretty good stuff. So here I end up playing the Hounds and then sacrificing the Dragon so we can get the 6-mana guy afterwards. So we haven't seen Tess Greymane yet. Sometimes you just end up with her really far back in the deck, but it's fine. It means that we'll get time to play a lot of other good stuff, and she'll just break the game once we play her. Obviously we run the bounce cards mainly for Tess Greymane, but we have so many minions that are good to bounce other than her, so if she just sits on the bottom of the deck, we can use those bounce cards on our other minions for great value as well. You see here that we can bounce the heal guy if we need, we can bounce the create weapon guy, we can bounce the swap stats dragon if we want. So here, I think we just have lethal, so removing the taunts, and thanks to the guy with Wind Fury there, just go face. So that's about it. Outlasting the decks gives you wins, simple as that. So thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.